Now, the first three are not necessarily bad. However, when done excessively, they can become bad, okay? Number one, social media. You know, any one of us can get taken away with the scrolling. Scroll, scroll, scroll. You see a recipe on there that you want to try. You see a dancing cat. You see a ball bouncing. Or maybe somebody has a word from God and you are just captivated. And all of a sudden you scrolled and you've been on there all day long. Those things we can run to when we feel lonely because it's an outlet. Number two, work or church. Just keeping busy, something to do. Maybe we're passionate about it, but it keeps our mind off of the pain of the loneliness that we're dealing with in the marriage. Number three, kids. Now look, kids are wonderful. They're great. You can teach your kids. You can pour into them. They're part of you. You have a responsibility to take care of your kids. But when you replace your affection for your kids over your husband, that becomes a problem. And let me tell you why. Your kids are going to grow up and leave you, baby. I'm just telling you, they're going to love you, but they're going to grow up and leave you. You're going to still be sitting by Mr. and wondering what happened. Where did the time go? Why didn't I get to know this man better? Because I have no idea who he is. So those three things they're good things: social media, work, church, kids. Actually, that's four, but they can become bad when done or used excessively and in the place of filling a void because you're lonely. Now, this next thing, it's just bad. It's just bad. It is adultery. Now, let's break this thing down. There are actually three types of adultery. You know the physical adultery, when you sleep with somebody. And you know what? You're probably watching this. You probably would never
No way.
sleep with anybody. So you say. Because it takes a lot for us to give our body to someone else in most cases. That's one type of adultery. And you definitely don't want to find yourself in that position. But then there's another one called emotional adultery, where you are talking to someone, you are texting them these little cute texts, and you know, it seems very innocent, but eventually it can become worse. That's when you can slip into the physical adultery, because you know what? People, or men in this case, can win us by our hearts. And how do they get to our hearts? By showing they care. That's what you're really looking for from your husband, emotional connection. And if you're not careful and you start sharing things with another man and telling him how you feel, girl, the devil got you. Don't do it. Shut the door. And then the other type of adultery, is mental adultery. That is fantasizing. You know, I struggled with that for a long time. In my early years of my marriage, fantasizing. What would it be like if? I would be sitting right there, my mind would go, because I felt hurt and lonely and rejected at times. But you have to make sure you shut the door on all three of these. Now, in the next section, in the third part, I should say, we're going to talk about some ways to overcome loneliness. You don't have to stay here, and you can reconnect with your husband. So if you like this video, the information I shared, go ahead and like it and hit that subscribe button. We want to share more information with you, and there's some other videos that are available that can help you to grow as a married woman so that you do not have to be lonely. You can reconnect with your husband, and you can also get back to that honeymoon phase without all the drama.